So the fight ends, and then your girlfriend as your child. I mean, that must lift you straight up.
Do you know what, right? Going to Frankie, like, obviously, as we've...
Frankie's your girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, she's not my boyfriend, is she?
I don't know, we have to
Going back to, obviously, the fight obviously got stopped. The doctor, she's upset. She just watched her boyfriend get slapped around in the 8th round. The doctor obviously said, keep an eye on him because he might be concussed.
Yeah.
So... With me, there's never any problem sleeping. I'm like, boom, gone.
Yeah.
Obviously, the doctor told her that, she's absolutely worried sick. So she's up all night, checking if I'm alive, checking if I'm breathing. So she didn't sleep a wink. Next morning, we're all alright, have a bit of breakfast, and then literally it was literally just a normal morning. Like I say, obviously Brad stopped me, but I didn't get knocked out or anything like that. Pardon me, sorry.
You're all right.
Never got knocked out. He stopped me, and that was it. So there was not much damage. Do you know what I mean? So obviously the next morning we woke up. It was just like I could have won or lost. It didn't really matter. Like just went for breakfast. I think we went to Brentwood Kitchen. I think, and by I think how did it happen? Yeah, she had a flat in Gideon Park, and we forgot the keys. We lost the keys. So she was like, so just go to my mum's house, chill at my mum's a bit. Just until someone I think it was our brother at the time, to bring the spare keys. And literally, we got round, obviously had breakfast, normal morning, and we was laughing, obviously, because at the fight, everyone's like, she was very obviously heavily pregnant, ready to go. Everyone's like, what on earth are you doing here? What on earth are you doing? In fact, she was like, well, I'd rather be here than at home. It's, waiting on texts, it's pointless. She's been with me through the whole journey anyway, so at the pinnacle, she obviously wouldn't not be, do you know what I mean? Even though she was pregnant. And we always laughed because we thought the baby was going to be well late. We was like, this baby ain't coming anytime soon. She had no feelings, not much kicking or anything like that. So obviously, fast forward to us losing the keys, we were at my mum's and she sat down. Have you got kids?
Yeah.
So obviously she sat down and it was like, I think my waters are gone.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And I'm like, no. I was obviously very happy, but I was also thinking, I'm shattered. Bearing in mind, I've slept the whole night peacefully.
Yeah.
But I was still tired. But obviously, she's absolutely shattered because she's checking if I'm still alive or not. And then I was like, I could do another lay-in. So literally, I think we went with my mum's. Yeah, that was it. We went with mum's. Waters broke. And obviously, I think when your waters break, it's quite early in a pregnancy. So you could literally go a whole day and not have the baby. So went up the hospital, and we always laugh because my one thing after fight is I've got to have either Brick Lane bagels or a Domino's. That was my one thing. Yeah. Went up the hospital. I'm thinking, So they send us home. I'm like, touch. She was like, come back tomorrow, we'll have a seduce or whatever, check if you're ovulating or whatever.
Yeah.
Check
I guess I'm not had one yet.
And then have the baby, something touch, go back home, have the Domino's, perfect. And obviously she's like, her pain threshold is quite high anyway. Yeah. She's like proper buckled up, but I still order a Domino's. And then I was like, it's so funny, right? So obviously now she's in so it's proper. I think what are they called today? When you
contractions.
So obviously the contractions are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But I'm like, I've got to have this Domino's. Order the Domino's, and all Domino's eventually come. And like I say, she's got a higher pain threshold, and I was like, Domino's came. She's in the bed, making these mad loud noise. So every bite I was taking, she was like, the noise was getting louder. I'm like, couple of slices in. Anyway, it got to a point where we sort of had to go to hospital. I was like, listen, can't carry on like this. We've got to go back to hospital. So I left the Domino's on the side. And then she was like, I'm too tired to push. She was like, I'm shattered, absolutely shattered. So anyway, went to the hospital. And obviously with the firstborn, they were like, oh, is this your first time? And she was like, yeah. Anyway, done the whole thing with the hands. And she was like, you're 13 centimetres dilated. You are ready to push.
Oh, wow.
So obviously I'm to be fair, I'm still, I'm away with the fairies anyway. I'm still away with the fairies. I'm still a bit, I'm in a bit of a daze. A lot's gone on in the past 48 hours, from losing weight, on the fight, to her now being in this situation. So I'm like, oh, right. I'm like, are we still having the baby tomorrow then? I was like, she was like, no. She was like, we are having the baby right now. So I was like, I was sitting, I'll never forget, it was like a little, not a little chair, but the bed was really high. I'm just sitting there thinking, how is this all happening? Like, how on earth is this all? And I'm looking around and people are like, how did you feel? I was like, I don't really know how I felt, to be honest with you. Like, so much had happened. I hadn't had time to process any thoughts. Like, I've gone from eating one of Brad Paul's right hands to now watching me missus
eating
legs
a Domino's.
Yeah, eating them all, not eating a couple slices, watching me missus legs up to 10 to 2, pushing her. I'm like, you're right, babe, you're right. And then like, all I remember looking, she'll kill me. And all I remember looking is like all these veins like popping out her head, and she's like holding me hand. I'm like, what the f*** is going on here? Like. And because it happened all so quickly, obviously, like, we was originally meant to go home, chill out, have a sleep, have me Domino's, which I've obviously said, go back in the morning and have the baby. But obviously, because it all come on so quickly, I was like, what the is going on here? Anyway, I think like I think she pushed for like 45 minutes, and like obviously the baby was delivered, absolutely buzzing. And, like, because so much was happening, like, so one of Frankie's requests was like the dad tells her sex.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm a bit of a dopey sod anyway. Like, so much was happening. There was loads of hands around the baby, and they were like, "Go on, Dad, tell her what the sex is." And I was like, and there was loads of hands around the baby. I was like, I think it's a boy. I was like, everyone just started cracked up laughing. What do you mean think? I was like, because all I see was hand. I didn't know if he was his knob or it was someone's finger. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I think it's a boy. I was like, it was just a mad moment. It took me probably a couple of weeks, like, to take it all in. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it does.
It was mental, absolutely mental.
So baby waited for Dad's fight to be over.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, if I didn't fight, I think baby would have probably come near the due date, or maybe a little bit after. But what I say, Frankie watching me getting filled in by Brad probably brought the baby on, to be fair.
Well, I'm going to ask you, let's just say you're sitting back, you know, like you're back in the changing room and you're getting ready to come out. All of a sudden,
don't.
Your mum comes.
I'm going to end up single after this.
No, listen, she won't see it. We'll censor her in particular.
Nah, that's right.
But like, let's say your mum comes in, I think Frankie's ready to go. But you're about to step into a ring for the English middleweight title. What are you doing?
To be honest with you,
are you fighting or are you going?
Mate, I'd have to fight.
Yeah.
But in the next breath, my trainer wouldn't have allowed my mum or a family member to come in to tell me. Because as well, it's also very dangerous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in there with a solid operator in Brad.
Yeah.
The last thing I need on my mind is a Frankie being pregnant, giving birth. Like, it's a very, very dangerous situation to be in. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's a fight? 10-round fight. So 3 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. For the sake of a 30-minute fight, it would be just have to tell me after. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know that she's sitting on the outside, or is she sitting at home?
No. She come to the fight.
Okay, so you knew she was there.
Yeah, I knew she was there. So
if you didn't see her on the outside, would you have known that something's going on?
Nah, not really, because like you're like you're a sportsman yourself, you know. Like, I'm not, like, obviously I emphasise not literally, but everything else is irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? The only person I'm focusing on is Brad. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything else is irrelevant, and I wouldn't even walk into the ring. You don't even realise who you're walking past. You know, like, you don't even realise.
Yeah, it's tunnel vision.
Yeah, it's literally, that's it, tunnel vision. You know,
you're
like,
locked in.
I'm absolutely locked in. So, like, even people scream, "Right, go on, Mitch, go!" Like, it doesn't even go in. It doesn't even register. Do you know what I mean? So,
you hear it, but it's just
like, and I don't think. Well, if anyone, if I was walking to the ring and someone would have told me that she's like, no one would really tell me, because it's, like, say, once again, a very dangerous thing to do. Do you know what I mean?
So is that not on your head anyway, though? That, like, there's your heavily pregnant wife sitting there, like, I could. This is one thing, like, I sort of don't get with sports and sort of do get.
Yeah.
But having that focus, just full on focus.
Yeah.
And like, as you say, like, I'm a musician and we're selfish.
Yeah,
So I suppose I do get it in a way
Yeah,
that the dream's there and I need to chase that dream and I want to make it, you know, and I want to be the biggest I can be. Like you in a way, like I want that title. I'm all right with the southern area. Like, I'm all right with filling out 1,000 cap rooms for the rest of my life. That's what I'd be happy with. Doesn't have to be arenas.
Yeah.
But like when it's something like even family and like is it that like fierce in your head that doesn't matter, this is it because this is what you've trained for?
Like it's like you said, it's such a tunnel vision. And even through like I was very lucky with Frank, like she was pregnant but she wasn't pregnant because she had no morning sickness even up to the very point of giving birth. She was working, like her mindset is probably better than mine. She's probably got more of a better mindset than me, to be honest. Like, I'm the one that always goes and she's bringing me back together. But like, because I was so lucky with how she was in the pregnancy, like obviously other than the bump, it wasn't like she was pregnant. Do you know what I mean? Like she was still training. Like I'm kind of like a little bit like admire her so much that like she trained, she worked, and she's got such a stressful job, and she grafts hard, and she trains hard, and like, obviously, other than the bump, it didn't even feel like she was pregnant.